Welcome back to the MENFINITI Podcast with me, DHIRAJ Singh. In our last episode, we explored the common myths surrounding creativity, and today we are going to dive into yet another scintillating idea. Many people think that if you're not creative by a certain age, that ship has sailed. But what if I told you that some of our most iconic creative contributions came from people who blossomed much later in life? Today's episode is all about the so-called late bloomers, people who have defied expectations and surprised those around them by tapping into creativity much later in life. Remember, creativity has no expiry date. So let's kick things off with a reminder. Creativity isn't tied to age. In fact, sometimes life experience itself can be the best fuel for creativity. We accumulate wisdom, skills, and insights over time, and all of these can contribute to unlock new creative passions. The idea of late bloomers isn't just a feel-good concept. It's backed by countless examples across art, business, literature, and beyond. Let's look at a few powerful examples of people who found success and creativity much later in life. Example 1. Grandma Moses. Born Anna Mary Robertson Moses in 1860 in Greenwich, New York, Grandma Moses started painting at the ripe old age of 78, after arthritis forced her to give up embroidery, her main passion. Within a few years, her paintings gained national attention, and she became one of America's most celebrated folk artists. Her work reminds us that creativity can find us at any age. And sometimes physical limitations or life changes can actually open new doors. Writing about the art of Grandma Moses, art historian Judith Stein said, "Her sense of accomplishment in her painting was rooted in her ability to make something out of nothing." Later in life, her paintings were reproduced on Hallmark greeting cards, tiles, fabrics, and even ceramics. They were also used to advertise consumer products such as coffee, lipsticks, cigarettes, and even cameras. We often celebrate child prodigies, but rarely do we talk about late blooming geniuses in our everyday conversations. As lifespans continue to extend significantly, isn't it time we started recognizing and celebrating prodigious seniors, or those who achieve remarkable things much later in life? My second example is Colonel Sanders. Colonel Harlan Sanders founded KFC, which stands for Kentucky Fried Chicken, in case you didn't know that. In his 60s, after many failed ventures, Colonel Sanders started KFC. His famous recipe was rejected over 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Let that sink in. It was Colonel Sanders' persistence that finally paid up when he found a franchisee willing to give his unique business idea a shot. While he may not be an artist or a writer, his innovation in food was truly revolutionary. And his story is a testament to how persistence and creativity can lead to great success. And age is really no bar. Next, let's talk about Laura Ingalls Wilder. Laura didn't publish her debut book, Little House in the Big Woods, until she was 65 years of age. Her stories, inspired by her life as a pioneer, became classics in American literature. Sometimes life experiences, the things we often overlook as ordinary, become the foundation of something extraordinary. Reviewers still praise Wilder's portrayal of 19th century pioneering life, noting the realistic and immersive details of her family's struggles, triumphs, and everyday routines. Critics often highlight her authenticity, which makes readers feel as if they are living alongside the Ingalls family on the frontier. My fourth example is our very own Boman Irani. Actor Boman Irani did many odd jobs before he found his big Bollywood break. He's worked as a photographer, he ran a bakery before transitioning into acting in his late 40s. He gained widespread recognition with his role in Munna Bhai MBBS. And he went on to become one of India's most beloved comedic actors, known for his versatility and compelling performances. Boman Irani's journey into acting later in life highlights the idea that it's never too late to follow your passion. My fifth example is Captain C.P. Krishnan Nair, hotelier and founder of Leela Hotels. Captain C.P. Krishnan Nair started luxury hotels Leela chain in his 60s, having initially worked in the textile industry. Born in a small village in Kannur in Kerala in 1922, in British India, he joined the freedom movement when he was only 13 years of age. He later joined the Indian Army that he quit to work in textiles. Through frequent business trips to Europe and the United States, he gained extensive exposure to international hotels such as Adlon Kempinski, Dorchester, Savoy, and the Waldorf Astoria. This would inspire him to start his own eventual entry into the hospitality industry. Despite beginning relatively late in hospitality, he grew the Leela brand into one of India's most renowned luxury hotel chains, showing that age once again was no barrier to entrepreneurial success. My sixth example is Sudha Murthy, writer and philanthropist. Though everyone knew Sudha Murthy as the better half of Infosys founder Narayan Murthy, not many are aware of her pioneering status as the first woman engineer hired by Telco, the Tata Locomotive Company. Her earlier career was devoted to being an engineer and then helping her husband set up Infosys. But in her 50s, she blossomed as a multilingual writer, writing in Kannada, English, and Marathi. Sudha Murthy's books, which range from children's stories to novels and non-fiction, have captivated readers across generations. Her latest success as a writer demonstrates the idea of storytelling at any age. And now let me give you 5 reasons why late bloomers are often so successful. So what are the ingredients that make late bloomers so successful? There are a few reasons that might surprise you. Number 1, life experience equals richer content. It may seem like a no-brainer, but it is so true that it's often overlooked. Many late bloomers draw on life experiences that younger creatives haven't had yet. This depth of experience often brings unique perspectives, relatable struggles, and wisdom that resonates deeply with other readers. Number 2, late bloomers often have faced life's ups and downs, which builds resilience. The patience and persistence they've developed help them stay committed, even when creativity comes with its own challenges. Number 3, interestingly, many late bloomers feel less pressure to be perfect. They embrace creative expression because it's fulfilling, not because they're chasing fame or external validation. This freedom, remember, can lead to incredible innovation. Number 4, late bloomers often have a refined sense of purpose, having spent time discovering what truly matters to them. By the time they pursue a creative path, it's typically aligned with their passions and values, rather than external pressures or expectations. This clarity allows them to focus on meaningful work, which resonates more deeply. And number 5, with age comes the advantage of more extensive network. Late bloomers often have established relationships and connections from various stages of their life. This network, whether it's friends, mentors, or colleagues, can offer guidance, resources, or simply moral support, elements crucial in turning creative ideas into successful ventures. So if you're listening and thinking you're too old to start something new, remember this: creativity is always within reach. Whether it's painting or writing, designing or launching a new business, age is really just a number. Let these stories remind you that it's never too late to contribute something amazing to the world, something that only you and no one else can bring to the table. So if you're inspired, take one small creative action today. Maybe it's just picking up a paintbrush, writing a page of that novel you've been dreaming about, or learning something new. And if you do, I'd love to hear about it. Share your stories with us in the comments below. And now, this is the time when I tell you to show this podcast some love by clicking on those like and subscribe buttons. I will catch you soon in another insightful episode. Thanks for watching and goodbye.